of Art, Craft and Design in Southeast Asia International Symposium, Friday, September 27th, 2024. My name is Krista Justin, and I will be your host for this exciting event. This year's theme is Transformative Power of Art, Fostering Environmental Awareness and Human Well-Being Through Creative Collaboration. We are thrilled to have you here today as we embark on a journey of creativity and partnership. Now, I kindly invite everyone to rise from the seat for the national anthem, Indonesia Raya. Thank you. Thank you. Guests may be seated. Up next on the agenda, we are honored to welcome the Chair of Committee of ARCADESA 2024, Dr. Yuliawan M. Hum, to deliver his opening remarks.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. First of all, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to present of all attendees and invitees at the 8th International ARCADESA Symposium this morning. Secondly, I would like to thank the Director of ISI Yogyakarta, Dr. Irwandi MSN, who is here right now and will also officially open this symposium today. Thank you for coming here. Next, I would like to also thank you to Deputy Director of Academic Affairs, Dr. Dewanto, Deputy Rector of Finance and Human Resources, Dr. Suryati, and Deputy Rector for Student Affairs and Cooperation, Dr. Khalid. My thanks also go to the Dean of the Faculty of Visual Art and Design, ISI Yogyakarta, Mr. Muhammad Saludin, thank you for coming. The Dean of Faculty of Recording Media, Dr. Ideal Rusli. The Dean of Faculty of Performing Art, Dr. Nyoman Chow, thank you. And the Assistant Dean who are present this morning. I would also like to thank you to, in honor the distinguished guest, keynote speaker, who will present this morning. And we are honorable to have a good friend from Tokyo, Yusaku Imamura. Thank you for coming. Thank you for your contribution today. And also, I would like to extend my gratitude to my dear friend from Silpakon University, Viravat. Thank you for coming here. Thank you for returning to this event and for your continuous support. Since the first ARCADESA event in 2017, Viravat has been one of my close friends who has constantly support this initiative. Thank you, Viravat, for your contribution. And next, thank you to my best friend of mine, Dr. Rafia from UITM Malaysia. Thank you. UITM, along with Silpakon University, has been our partner in organizing this event alternately. Thank you for coming, and also thank you for your contribution to creation of the WOS proceeding. I extend my deep thank you to Dr. Suwano, my friend from Faculty of Visual Art and Design. Thank you for you coming here to be present. Lastly, we would also like to extend our gratitude to all the invitation guests. Especially thank you to our guests from UPSI, UPSE, Tanjung Malin, Dean of the Faculty of Arts, Sustainable and Creative Industry, Associate Professor Dr. Muhammad Sahvan, thank you for coming here. And also Dr. Irena Vanessa Gunawan from Maranatha University, thank you. Dr. Siti Rohaya, Senior Lecturer from UISM, thank you too. And also Hussein, the Dean of the ISB Bandung. And another guest, thank you for coming here. Okay, before we begin this event, I would like to share the bit about the history of ARCADESA. ARCADESA was first held in 2017 at ISI Yogyakarta. And at the time, the country is in float. We are Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand, and China. In 2018, ARCADESA was held in Malaysia, and the 2019 took place in Thailand. So it has continued to rotate between these three countries. We hope that the future ARCADESA will become an important part of all the participants present today. We also hope that more universities will join and more countries will be involved in hosting this event in the committee. Then, the last one is my sincere appreciation goes to all the committee members who have worked really hard. Without the cooperation and enthusiasm of the committee, this event would not have been possible. Terima kasih, Sheshe, arigatou gozaimasu, komputka, matur nuwun. Terima kasih.
Thank you so much, Mr. Dafri. As we proceed to our next agenda, please join me in welcoming Director of Institut Seni Indonesia Yogyakarta, Dr. Irwandi MSN, for his welcoming address and to open this symposium. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera untuk kita semua. Shalom, Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, dan salam kebajikan. And good morning. The Honorable, the Board Leader of ISI Yogyakarta, the Vice Rector and the Dean of Faculty of Visual Art and Design in ISI Yogyakarta, the Dean of Faculty of Performing Arts, ISI Yogyakarta, and all professors of ISI Yogyakarta. Here's present Prof. Swastiwi and Prof. Burhan, and honorable all participants of the International Symposium ARCADESA in 2024. and honorable participant and speaker from Japan, Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia, and all participants for campus in Indonesia. Amidst the increasingly complex global challenge, art and design emerge as transformative force capable of inspiring the positive change. This international symposium, ARCADESA 2024, that we are holding today is the concrete of effort to explore this potential by carrying by the theme the transformative power of art, fostering environmental awareness and human well-being through creative collaboration. We are committed to contributing to the building to build the better world. So, to present of ISI Yogyakarta, I want to deliver the honor to officially open ARCADESA 2024. This event not only serves as a forum for the exchange of the knowledge and experience, but also as a testament to the strong collaboration among various parties. I would also like to express my sincere appreciation to Faculty of Visual Art and Design, Indonesia Institute of the Art Yogyakarta, for their exceptional contribution in strengthening ISI Yogyakarta to support the internationalization mission of ISI Yogyakarta. Ladies and gentlemen, ISI Yogyakarta have the several milestones that we targeted to 2045. In 2028, ISI Yogyakarta wants to be one of best art university in Southeast Asia. Please give applause and support. And I'm sure and I hope that ARCADESA is one of the supporting for ISI Yogyakarta in the next step of ISI Yogyakarta. Do you agree? And the implementation of ARCADESA 2024 is a testament to the Faculty of Building Global Network and Advancing Discourse in Art and Design at international level. Through this symposium, we hope to generate creative and innovative ideas that can be applied to address various social and environmental issues. Let us work together to build a strong sustainability network to expand the world of art and design in the future. In this occasion, I want to say thank you a lot to keynote speaker. The first is Professor Yusaku Imamura from Tokyo Geda University. Welcome, Prof. And Associate Professor Ferawat C. Fermas. Welcome. And Associate Professor Rafi'ah Legino from UITM. Oh, yeah. And Associate Professor Suwarno from ISI Yogyakarta. Thank you for all keynote speakers for in participation in this seminar. So, as the closing statement, with great enthusiasm and hope with blessed from the God, I declare ARCADESA 2024 officially open. And may this event inspire all us to continue and to create the contribute to humanity. Thank you very much and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Before we go through to the main event of today, we will take a short break, a coffee break. Please feel free to enjoy the refreshment, and we will resume promptly at 9:15 with the keynote speaker's presentation. Thank you.
Actually, I didn't bring my just laptop I have. So maybe I'm gonna see this one, and also I will tell you. I will tell you.
You may bring the beverage and the snacks from outside to inside the room. Thank you.
Notifikasi itu tuh Adobe yang palsu, disuruh update yang baru. Aneh kan? Mereka tuh nggak jelas itu dibeliin. Mana nih? Ini udah cepet ya udah. Oke deh, lagi dong. Jadi review. Ya review lanjut. Balfi ini judulnya. Kita buka. Bu lambat banget ya Allah. Ini aku mau buka, mau download tapi udah nih udah dijoinin ke wifi yang paling cepat.
Mas, wifi-nya kok lambat ya? Bilangin dilala.
Udah tadi udah digabungin yang broken.
Bisa pakai yang ini aja Pak.
Yang mana?
Ini kan banyak akses poinnya Pak. Mungkin tadi
banyak
nyantolnya, nyantolnya.
Tadi aku sih ngambilin yang ini, yang Grand Zuri.
Iya, sebentar Pak. Nah, ini
yang
kan
ini. Tadi yang ini
yang
tadi.
WiFi 6.
WiFi 6. Yang mana?
Mungkin
Tadi yang ini lambat banget. Mau download file 1 MB 1 jam masa.
berapa Pak?
Aku baru beres acaranya.
Kalau yang di sana aman sih untuk yang
Wifi di sini. Oke, siap.
cuman ya ini coba. Ini dari Trough.
Ada yang jual. Mana ini?
Atau bisa dimatikan untuk ini. Avasnya ini ngaruh juga Pak.
Oh gitu. Gimana matiin aku nggak tahu.
Di disable aja.
Iya, tunggu.
Ini soalnya kan
Kamu udah pakai Avas?
kedetek apa?
Oke.
Mana ini?
Oh itu extend.
Oh.
Nah, gila, sih pakai yang paling bagus. Tapi udah tua ya.
Karena kan kita kan sudah pakai wifi ya untuk akses poinnya. Jadi sebenarnya sudah transfer itu sudah bagus.
Ada yang 5G. Oke. Sip.
Sebenarnya kalau ini 5G ini sama 2G kan ada ini Pak. Ini kita sediakan untuk laptop-laptop yang agak lama. Cuman kalau yang wifi 6 dia lebih stabil dan lebih cepat bisa.
Mana tuh yang ini yang Grand Zuri atau yang 5G?
Kalau di handphone ini ya, seperti ini. Ini ada logonya 6.
Berarti ini paling cepet Pak.
Coba ya.
Oh,
Yang mana Pak?
Kemarin tuh kita udah request.
Firawat ini benar Firawat.
Nah, ini mau di download atau?
Oh, udah selesai deh. Lagi proses.
Ini
Belum juga, belum selesai juga.
sudah selesai. Ya.
Lagi dulu Pak.
Tadi itu coba yang tadi
Udah. Alam bisa nih. Ya. Menguji kecepatannya.
ya. Ini ya langsung.
Nah ini tadi. Ini tadi kan tadi udah download nih. Ini udah download lagi. Nah, yang baru kan.
168 ya.
Oke, lumayan
Cepat lah nih Pak.
Tadi starting juga.
Soalnya memang kita awalnya
Oh iya, ini
Apa karena Zoom?
dibuka dulu Thomas, aku
Ini.
judulnya.
Ini kok nggak bisa? Oh. Ini Pak Mas nih. Tadi mau download yang ini 1 jam.
ini cuma 4 menit ya. Sekarang.
Udah di pay. Apalagi nih? Apa is anastati? Waduh. Iya.
Jangan berhenti aja, kena jalankan tunjuk video.
Oh, jadi jangan stop di saat itu. Yang mana? Langsung aja. Kata PA. Oh iya Bu. I'm sorry. Mana? Ini.
Udah, oke.
Udah.
Udah. Itu.
Nah semalam tuh kita udah request.
Ya waktu itu saya tanya karena tidak ada suratnya apa ini mana kelanjutannya like the you know like the confirmation. I'm waiting for confirmation. Belum kirim belum ada.
Gak kali Pak, ngedownload nggak perlu setengah jam.
Oke, yang kemarin yang last.
Oke deh Pak, udah. Aman ya.
Nanti saya isi, nanti saya bagi ya orangnya.
Nah tadi itu Pak Imamar udah, Pak Firat udah, Pak Godafea udah.
Berarti yang tadi yang panjang banget.
Oh yang
Kurang panjang.
parametric design.
Title-nya kurang panjang. Title-nya kurang panjang.
Imamar udah kan? Yang aspal.
Iya. Itu apa sih asphalt paving itu?
Apa? Oh, Imamura udah.
Nah ini nak ditunjuk nih. Nanti bila saya sampai dekat
Masih download? Belum selesai? Iya nanti. Apa? Siap.
tengok kuenya manis-manis tak nak lah. Pagi tadi dah makan. Tengok.
Yang mana Bu?
Nanti bila saya sampai sini, kok lari begitu? Oh nanti dia okey kan?
Oh ini. Ya here.
Okey. Nanti bila saya sampai yang
Slide 3.
ketiga,
Third slide. And then
ni
for the next slide.
ni bila saya sampai yang metodologi ni kan, third slide fourth slide
First slide.
yang fourth slide tu nanti
Oh, kan gambar-gambar. Ini
tunjukin
lanjut
nanti.
aja, terus tidak usah berhenti. Sampai mana? Sampai sini.
sampai situ,
Udah.
sampai situ berhenti gitu.
Jadi terus ketika ibu bilang ini,
Ini nanti masuk tuh
terus lanjutin. Oh siap. Kalian.
ya. Terima kasih.
Good luck ibu presentasinya. Colokan aku udah beli colokan.
Piro kene. Oh, yang tentu. Bener ke piro?
Saya udah buat slide check.
Dia berapa tak lama kan? Dalam 15 minit ke 20 minit aja kan? Tak boleh lama-lama kan?
Yes, 20 menit.
20 menit tu lama.
Iya, berarti ya udah kalau misalkan bisa selesai lebih awal, lebih cantik.
Iyalah nanti kan kesian kan yang orang nunggu tu.
Iya. Berapa ya udah pernah coba ini?
Apa tu?
Telepon. Tahu tak?
Telepon.
Tahu tak?
Tahu.
Iya, manis.
Coba.
Pegang.
Satu ya.
Monggo.
Kita tahu.
Kalau beberapa itu kan sudah bisa Jawa, tapi biasanya pernah tinggal di Jawa lama. Atau karena orang tuanya ini, ibu ini siapa yang Jawa? Mama.
Neneknya dua-dua. Keduanya. Nanti bisa bawa laptop ke depan situ?
Boleh.
Tapi nanti yang
Yang operate aku. Imamura dan
tak manis.
manis. Ada gula merahnya di dalam.
Panjang tak dia punya? Murah.
Tidak.
Dia tak buat slide
Dia buat PDF.
Kena convert kan?
Apa?
Kena convert jadi PowerPoint
Oh, tak perlu.
Oh jadi nanti gitu aja.
Ini aja. Aduh, ini kan muncul terus.
Kayaknya kena convert tu.
Bukan ini karena ilegal aplikasinya.
One.
Honorable guests, the event will continue, so may please come back to the room and be seated.
Mereka langsung duduk apa tak panjang? Langsung duduk aja biar cepet deh. Langsung duduk aja. Bapak ini speaker saya.
To honorable participants, please kindly be seated because the event is about to continue. For participants who are still outside the room, may please come back to the room.
Tapi kayak aplikasi untuk ini tuh kirim aja ya. Kirim aja.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. In today's event, we will have two sessions. Now we are proceeding to our first session, and the second session will be held after our lunch break. I'm delighted to introduce our moderator for this session, Dr. Alfi Lufiani, SSN MFA, who will guide us through our keynote presentations. After all presentations, we will have a summary and an open discussion. To Dr. Alfi, may please take the time and place. Thank you.
Thank you, Caca. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Peace be upon us. Good morning, everyone. And dear honorable participant, it's 9:21 right now, and it's on the clock. And so it's time to start our next conference sessions. And my name is Alfi Lufiani, and I am the moderator from the Faculty of Visual Arts and Design, EC Yogyakarta. And it is a pleasure of mine to moderate this conference session. In this session's presentation of Professor Imamura, Yusaku Imamura from Tokyo Gidai, maybe please come here to the stage and have applause. Do you have space? Okay, thank you. Associate Professor Rafi Alegino from UITM Malaysia, please come forward. And last but not least, Associate Professor from Dr. Suwarno Wisetrotomo from EC Yogyakarta will take place. Yes, okay. And to provide time management of session, each presenter will have 20 minutes. We have 20 minutes, okay, for presentation, and it's about 20 or 25 minutes. Will be delegated to the question and answer question, and also, of course, the discussions. And before we start, I have several invitations for the participants and presenters. For participants, please make sure not to interrupt the presenter. And after the presentation, please note your will for the question with raising your hands. And for presenter, to provide correct time management, I will signalize 5 minutes and 1 minute to the end of your time. So to Professor Imamura will present a topic, remove the asphalt paving, the modernism. And before that, allow me to explain briefly about the first presenter. Professor Yusaku Imamura is the Vice President for International Affairs, Tokyo University of the Arts, and the Professor at Graduate School of Fine Arts, and also the Head Division of Global Art Practice. And currently, he also serves as an Executive Director for Tokyo Design Week. So without further ado, I think Professor Imamura, the floor is yours. And maybe you could stand here. Yeah, okay, thank you. And you have 20 minutes.
May I start? Sure. Okay. Thank you very much for the introduction, and thank you very much for inviting me. It's a great honor, and also I'm very happy to share, our ideas here with all the faculty members of the universities. Today, my talk I titled "Remove the Asphalt Paving, Demodernism." It's a kind of the metaphor. Maybe I will talk to you later about this. Okay. In employing the term sustainability, it is crucial to critically examine what exactly we aim to sustain. I approach this term with caution, as it often carries a tone of hubris or suggesting an intent to perpetuate our own prosperity. However, if sustainability is understood not as a preservation of human abundance, but rather as a safeguarding of a planet in peril, then its usage is justified. My preference, however, is for terminology that highlights our responsibility to maintain the Earth, a planet of inherent abundance, and to promote a harmonious coexistence with it. Our focus should be on sustaining the globe and fostering balance between human and the longevity of the Earth. As human beings, we are often driven by the pursuit of monetary or material wealth, exploiting the Earth in the name of profit and development. Yet, we fail to fully grasp the gravity of the Earth's precocious state. The Earth's crisis inherited our crisis. That necessitate the fundamental reassessment of the affluence we so blindly chase and reconsidering our way of life. Living in the modern world is akin to walking on the road paved with asphalt, as I use the title, obvious to the soil and earth crust beneath our feet. In my view, stripping away the metaphorical asphalt is essential for achieving true sustainability. The asphalt, symbol of modernism, prompts us to question, how can we deconstruct the modernism? This text is fraught with challenges, including dangers of nostalgia, romanticism, historicism, and patriotism. Is it possible to unlearn modernity without stumbling with these pitfalls? How can we distance ourselves from the influence of modernity, Western-centric perspectives, and neoliberalism? Moreover, how can we liberate ourselves from the allures of modern affluence? To talk about soil, now is to talk about where we stand, but also about our future. As you know, craft, ceramic, really lots of things made by soil. The new coronavirus pandemic, which began in 2020, has reversed the capitalist or neoliberal idea, the faster, more, and farther. This is something that has been ingrained in our consciousness like an obsession. Faster, more, and farther to beat the competition. It has become the norm of internationalized for the world market. To fly abroad in our spare time to use technology to transmit and spread images and information, not substance, around the world. However, prolonged lockdowns and other factors have restricted our activities, the neighborhood. In doing so, we have rediscovered something important in our immediate world that has been forgotten: the slowness, the stirring, the gaze and touch. My gaze went to the soil, to the days when I could slowly watch the plants sprout, flower, bear fruits, and the wither, preparing for the next life. This is where I stand. This is where I live and think, and horizon, the ground, whatever you want to call it. This is where I stand on earth. I'm standing here on earth and live on food that earth gave me. I'm alive because of my relationship with the land and soil on which I stand. But we don't know much about the soil. Every day we receive the information from all over the world on social network. So when I turned my attention to the soil, I was so surprised by the richness of this world and learned that perspective from the soil can shake the information, formation of our world and its epistemology. By looking at the soil, I caught a glimpse of the hidden half of the world I had not been looking at. Soil may appear to be inorganic, but it is actually home of countless microorganisms. The invention of the microscope in the 18th century led to the scientific recognition of microorganisms, and in the late 20th century, the diversities and the function of microorganisms in soil became the focus of much attention. Massive amounts of research, revealed that we know less than only 1% of microorganisms that do exist in nature, providing a new perspective in global biodiversity. The cycle of life, initiated by decomposition of plants and animals, remains in soil, microorganisms, and sometimes referred to the humus chain. The great cycle of life, from the death of an organism to creation to new life, begins with our microorganism in soil. We live in a long, slow circle of life processes, but in our daily lives, we're completely oblivious to it. We buy food in convenience stores for quick energy and take vitamins when we need more nutrition. We do not work in a big cycle, but in a utilitarian one-to-one way. However, the midst of the pandemic, many people escaped the hustle and bustle and went out to the wood, grew crops and their small gardens, and started baking bread at home. The gardening section of the local home improvement center was blasting with activity. It may seem like a small thing, but when we let off the gas of the little in our driven lives, many insights came naturally. The study of soil and soil microorganisms remind us the diversity of life and earth of the great cycle of life that exists. It is not necessary to name many lives, things, and agent actors involved, but the world is made of people, events, things, inorganic things, and things in various relationships. We live in a place and environment. As Japanese philosopher Kitaro Nishida put it in it, I am a place. The number of cells in our own organism said that 60 trillion, but number of bacteria and microorganisms in our bodies is over 100 trillions. Within our existence does not live only this individual, but already we live with many others. It is easy to think for me as a one, but within this individual, I call myself, there are many others and me at the same time. I exist in a duality of other and I. I am plural. So studies of DNA of trees have shown that in aged tree, the genetic sequence of the branches are frequently diversified, as if each branches had its own genetic information. This is why botanists say that trees are colonies, rather than single organism. It's a kind of similarity of one and also the plural. So, biologists, Lynn Margulis, were known for co-developing the Gaia hypothesis with James Lovelock in 1970s, focused on symbiogenesis, a term coined by a Russian biologist in 1910, and argued that cooperation, interdependence, and mutual aid were the driving force behind evolution, as opposed to classical evolutionary theory, which focused on competition as driving force. She proposed that symbiotic relationship between microorganisms were the basis of a multicellular organism, and that mutually supportive relationship were the key to the origin of life. The evolution of higher life forms began when one cell took in another cell and kept it alive. This is a major paradigm shift for those of us who have studied and believed in a competitive cycle of life as a principle of life in theory of evolution. However, this theory may be a little familiar to those who have studied anarchism. Kropotkin's mutual aid theory, which contributed greatly to the theoretical development of anarchism, was derived from his research in Siberia, Russia, where he was also the biologist, and he adapted it to social theory. Even though Darwin himself mentioned the importance of interdependence of the origin of life, origin of man, which followed the origin of species, Darwinists assumed the primitive man to be beastly creature who survived by snatching and last scraps of food from the neighbor's hand by tooth and claw. Kropotkin criticized Darwinists such as Herbert Spencer, who replaced the theory of natural selection proposed in Darwin Origin Species with a competitive principle of survival of the fittest. Maybe you know it. And applied to the sociology and ethics. This view of life based on competition and the survival of the fittest may have much to do with Victorian era of England, when the world economy was dominated by those who delivered in it. Kropotkin's theory of mutual aid, which was widely recognized by the world scholar at the time, was the basis of his theory of anarchism, looking at the nature of his life system, that of the community and political system. This has also led to the anarchist anthropologist David Graeber, who reconceptualized a new contemporary anarchism, anarcho-communism. It has been thought that when human beings suffer the breakdown in a social system or natural disaster of war, panic, set in the wicked nature of the man is exposed, with no regard for others. But recent research suggests that this does not happen, and man's capacity for mutual aid is better demonstrated in Japan. We have seen the power of community and the mutual support of the others in aftermath of repeated earthquakes. There is reaffirmation of inherent mutual support in survival of the human being and organism, which also led to the reaffirmation of anarchism. The idea of mutual aid and symbiogenesis has been considered deeply in Buddhism thought. Buddhism sees the phenomena of living system as they are, denied ego-generated I and its fixed worldview, and invite us to free ourselves from the confinement. The Vietnamese Buddhist monk, Thich Nhat Hanh, who teaches Buddhism throughout the practice in his translation by the world of the West, explained the nature of the world as interbeing, aiming to liberate us from the problems arising from anxiety, obsession with the I. This is an important concept because it includes not only the dependent aspect of interdependency, but also the spontaneous aspect of existence of life itself. Since the modern times, arts, culture, and education have been described and theorized using the metaphor of the system of production of modern science. The view of the world from the soil from the hidden half of the world where the living system was not previously visible. It's also a shift from the perspective of production to that of development. If we think about life, we can see that it is not production or makes the world, but generation, generation of the importance. Life is not something that can be produced. Creation and education should be recognized from the logic of generation, not from the logic of production. Life goes on a cycle: birth, death, decomposition, and fermentation. For the fermentation, I quote this one. It's by Bulunaratul. It is perhaps time, in order to stress on this point, stop speaking about humans and refer instead of terrestrial, thus insisting of humus. And yes, compost include the etymology of the word humans. Term human is actually made from compost, humus. Another quote: in order to human, you must not be a human. The comment by the artist. Okay, so today's topic, transformative power of the arts, fostering environmental awareness of the human well-being through creative collaboration. I pointed out the left side: demodernism, soil, compost, decompose, iron plural, interdependence, mutual aid, anarchism, and non-human. This is real connected, and art is a technology of life. Art is also part of the life. Right size, maybe if I have time, maybe let's share that later. Okay, so from now, a little bit of a few minutes, I would like to share my activity in our university. The one project is Inter-University Exchange Program. It's focusing SDGs on art. How can we approach to the environmental issues? How can we tackle SDG issues? Approach from the fundamental perspective, art is a part of the life. Partner is National Institute of Art Design India, Monash University Australia, University of the Arts London, Central St. Martin's UK, and GAIDI. We work together several projects. One project in 2023, Soil and the Hidden Half of the World. We really focusing on soil and land ownership, and also maintain kind of rice field in Japan. And also we went to India this year, the February, and sustainable living and local craft workshop. We visited organic farming, area, and also kind of craftsmen's, sustain their craftsmanship. And also another project is actually, we're working with Assistant Professor Birawat many years, and also this year we're going to Bangkok again. We call the Thai Notebook. It's Core Learning in Asia program. Partner is, of course, Selapakan University, Beaux-Arts Paris, they're coming from France, and the GAIDI, and also Anthropology Center. We goes to Bangkok and to see how can we sustain our world and our life. And actually, this is also based by which I'm also running. It's called the International Alliance of the Arts University. It's called the Shared Campus. Shared Campus has 13 leading international art universities. Is a cooperation platform for international education format and research network. We are the core member of this association. Lastly, this is kind of I talked about the collaboration. So I would like to propose Asia Core Learning Partnership. Asia as constellation, as archipelago. Asia is one. When Tenshin Okakura, founder of TUA, mentioned about this. But I don't believe that Asia is a one. Asia is a constellation, an archipelago. We need to collaborating university, including Shared Campus, which I work on. And also I just visited CAFA, Central Academy of Fine Arts in Beijing, and China Academy and Tsinghua University. We also talks about how can we educate the student within Asia with a partnership, and also the research doing together. So this is also today why I'm here, and also with many faculty members from South Asia, we need to collaborate. We need to work on. So we need to also educate the student and also do the research together. Even as like European like Erasmus system, like student like going to the university in Finland also can get the credit in Paris. And they're like educated all together within Europe. Why don't we do that in Asia? But of course, kind of a systematic like agreement is maybe could be difficult. But maybe the arts universities can do it. Not the politics, not economics, right? Arts university. Arts is always transcend and beyond the border. So I would like to propose to all of you that let's do Asia Co-Learning Partnership for transformative power of art in transcend the nation, transcend by the boundary of university, fostering environmental awareness and human well-being through our creative collaboration. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Imamura. And maybe you could put the Faculty of Visual Art and Design, ISI Yogyakarta, on your next agenda, because I didn't see it. So, yeah. Okay, thank you so much. Please have a seat.
Thank you.
Okay, yes. So our next presenter will be Associate Professor Virawat Siri. From the School of Jewelry, Birmingham Institute of Art and Design, UK, and he is an assistant professor, a full-time lecturer, a supervisor in PhD program in Design and Arts for the international program, the Faculty of Decorative Arts, Sipakon University, Thailand. And he has a lot of research experiences as a researcher, a director of the research project, and etc. in jewelry art and design, public sculpture, and contemporary media performance. Professor Thank you.
Thank you very much. And good mornings, everyone. Good morning first of all, thank you to the EC Jogja to inviting me to join the ARCADESA, the 8th ARCADESA again. We have a long collaborations with the EC Jogja. I'm very glad to see Professor Agus and Dr. Swastivi, since we have collaborated for a long time. And certainly Dr. Duffries, for these collaborations, yes. Okay, yes, right. Okay, I will start with the topic of the arts is an aesthetic and cultural tools for social connections. I have many case studies according to the research, collaboration projects, or academics services. First of all, I would like to introduce the Silpakorn Universities, which is one of the, Thailand's modern arts universities, founded in 1943, yes, and we have the collaborations in Thailand based on the fundamental of the art history, Thai arts, and then try to transfer into the modernizations. Next, please, yes. This is the Silpakorn University, which is located just in front of the Grand Palace in Bangkok. Yes, next, please, yeah. And yes, we need to use tools apart from the Faculty of Decorative Arts and also the other faculty in the Silpakorn Universities. I also the course director or head departments of the Master Program in Design Arts International Program, and also supervisors in the PhD programs in Design Art International Program. So we focusing on the practice-based research and practice-led or any research related to art and design. That is mainly, we understand that most of the candidate or students are based on the practice. So we encourage them to work on this part, and we also engaging with the real site situations, stakeholders, and participatory research. Next, please. And this is some of illustrations of Silpakorn universities. Is we have the first campus at Wang Thra, which is in front of the Grand Palace. It was the Prince Palace before, composing with the Faculty of Painting, Sculpture, and Graphic Arts, Fine Arts we would say, Faculty of Architectures, Faculty of Archaeologies, and Faculty of Decorative Arts. Now we also have the Faculty of Music also, and the art centers, central libraries, and so on. And this is the area base of the Silpakorn universities, which is in the historical center of the Bangkok, in front of the Grand Palace and beside of the Chao Phraya rivers. Next. This is the more panoramic view of the Bangkok, which is based on the historical center, and the city of the Bangkok expanded towards the south and the east. So you can see the panoramic of the skyscrapers there. That's towards the cities. Minda and Dinda is master program in design art, international program, and also doctoral programs. Divergence and convergence is we have the project case studies as the handicraft designs, which is we collaborate and got funding from the governments, the Ministry of Higher Education, and also the project that we engage with the collaboration of the Bangkok Design Weeks, which is related to the Office of the Crown Bureau's properties in Thailand. And this is a kind of the collaborations mixed between many disciplinaries. Yes. The environmentally, culturally well-dwellings, which is artistic and aesthetic functional tools, we collaborate with many faculties in the universities, which is come across from the humanities, anthropologies, social science, and fine arts and applied arts, which is based on the university research. Artistic and cultural tools, factor and methods. Artistic research based on the practice-based research and tools, and community and stakeholder engagement is one of our important stakeholders. That means higher education, maybe not just only the lecturings in the classroom, but engaging with the real project is very important. Next, please. Yes. And interdisciplinaries is very important, that we need to collaborate and not maybe in amongst the multidisciplinaries of the art and design, like graphics, ceramics, interior design, spatial design, product design, or fine arts, sculpture, public arts. So this may be enhance the connections and the skills of the artists and designers. Next, please. The hierarchical structure of the disciplinaries may be different, depends on the background of the disciplinaries. But however, when the projects comes, you need to connect with the others, skills and stakeholders. So that is another soft skill that the designer or the student can be developed. And also us too, means the staff and we need to collaborate. Okay, next. And for example, this may be divided into the singularities of the disciplinaries, multidisciplinary and hybrid disciplinaries. That is, maybe people can see depends on the specialist and depends on the fields that you are working in. Okay, next please. And intradisciplinaries, singularities, multidisciplinaries, cross-disciplinaries, interdisciplinary, and transdisciplinaries, according to the studies of Dr. Betts. Maybe we firstly we maybe don't understand, but we want to jump into the process of the working together. But this is maybe how she describes that the way that we collaboration maybe have a different models. Whatever model that it's work for us, we can work with. And next, So for example, our programs, we use this kind of curriculum concepts that collaborate with the artistic research and community stakeholder engagements and stakeholders and the multi-cross interdisciplinary skill. Because, for example, our program, we have diversity of the students from various fields, and that we open the sandbox to let our students to attack with the brief, which is sometimes in the real situations, the real collaborations. Okay. For example, this is the case study of my research that I got the funding from the Ministry of Higher Education in Thailand to do a research based on the various locations in Thailand. Especially this project is involved with the weaving products, bamboo serge, and so on. Mostly are the, how can I say, the villagers products that they last for many generations. But nowadays the situation may be changed, that universities involving with this kind of research project and then work with the people in the villages. I have 3 case studies to show that is from Mae Hong Son, which is from northwest of Thailand, is nearly boundary of the Myanmar, which is the reflection of the Hill tribes ethnics. Yasothon, which is on the northeastern of Thailand, the cultural are very close to Laos. The language of the speaking and the cultures are unique. And the southern of Thailand, which is Narathiwat, which is, I would say, that big Muslim communities from the southern of Thailand. They have particular craftsmanship to work with. Okay, next. Yes, this is the Yasothon, which is northeastern of Thailand. They have some images of the years before, maybe 1950s. That's how the people live and work with that kind of products. The weavings, the bamboos is become main sourcings of the people for the household makings and for their daily life. And the right hand is the images of now people are turning those material bamboos into the new products. Next, please. And there's still the communities in that province, in the village. So the project not just only work with the province, but we also work with the community college in every single project that we work with. So you can see that even in the religions, in the Buddhist monks as a temple, as a part of the learning schools, teachings and delivering the craftsmanship knowledge from generations to generations. And then the research team from Silpakorn universities, which is we include with the students from the masters and the doctoral students. We went to the projects and the province to work with the people. Slightly like a restyling. The work is look very simple as a restyling products. Of the bamboo, because the knowledge of the weaving is belong to them, but how to adjust the product into the modern societies. So that is the picture of the studying of the patterns, the way of the weavings, and how to transform from the old style of the fish captures products into the decorative products. And next, please. Yes, this is a kind of the product development. Okay, yes. You can see that the outcome of the product that's work with the designer teams. The product can be displayed in many modern ambience, and the product can be export to the others part of the countries, not just only the villagers products. Next, please. We also work with the designers, a Thai designer named Mr. Golakot Alomdi, Dr. Golakot, which is already graduate from us. And this is from Narathiwat, southern of Thailand. Many sage, the typical of the plants used in the villages. Okay, next please. Yes, and we have many local wisdoms. The Narathiwat is also the Muslims community in Thailand, and we have many groups of the craftsmen there work with this material under the supporting of the Crown's craftsmen's councils. Okay, next, yeah. Some of the patterns that we try to discuss, learning. We are not just come to overwhelms of the design, but we learn from them too. Yeah, how the material is and the way that they're weaving and how to adjust the patterns. So we work together with the villagers. Yes, next, yeah. And the outcome of the products, yeah, that can be developed to be more modern, yeah, product that the peoples can sell into more expanded markets. Yeah. Next. Collaborations, research, and the workshops with the peoples in Narathiwat under the directors of the Ministry of the Higher Educations. Okay, Dr. Sirikon Manirin, yes, and this is part of that. We work with the Mae Hong Son and northern of Thailand, besides the Chiang Mai and the border of the Myanmar. Yes, next please. Yeah. Okay, and next. Yes, and this is another huge tribes, ethnic groups that we work with. Yeah, there is another knowledge of the weavings and the products. Yeah. The previous product was collecting all the seeds or all the household belongings, and then certainly nowadays the society and the modern change, lifestyle change, they turn their skill into another product. Yeah. Okay, next, yes. This is some of the existing, yeah, collaborating with these local product into sculpture installations. Yeah. Next, and yes, next please, yeah. Collaborations, observing and practicing and demonstrating of the weaving products. Next please. Lecturing, collaborating with the other necessities, for example, the Faculty of Science in order to preserve the material for exporting. Yes, next. And calculating all the details for semi-craft and industrial usage. Next, please. Yes, the detail of the and the visiting of the original sites, that how they collect all the raw material from the nearby forest. Yes, and this is also related to the how to preserve the environmentals, yeah, from their villagers too. The next project is involving with the Bangkok's area nearby the Silpakorn universities. This is the main tree area, which is next month. We also have a collaboration with the Tokyo Kedai and Ecole de Beaux-Arts. Yeah. Next, yeah. Okay, some of the historical center of the Bangkok and from the past, yeah, from since early 20th centuries to nowadays. Yeah. Next, yeah. And the city changed. Yeah. Next, yeah. Okay, this is a Mongpo village, yeah, that's continue to still working on the metalsmith, yeah, in traditional ways. Next, yes. Next, okay. Next, please, yeah. Next, yeah. Okay, next. Yeah, I go fast. 5 minutes left, yeah. And exhibitions, yeah, of the collaboration products with some of the kind of the mokume, yeah. Materials mixed between silver, brass, and so on by using a kind of the mokume techniques, which is one of the traditional swords makings in the past times. Yeah. Next, please. Yeah. And working with the Chinatowns there, because Bangkok also have a long history with the Chinese immigrants, the diaspora. So the cities construct with many of the Chinese descendants there. So we work with the Chinatowns there. And next, yeah, yes, next, and the Lilith communities, one of our sites specific that we work there. Next, Chinese kind of the lanterns designed in order to decorate the museums and the communities. Next, please, yeah. And another project with the crowds property bureaus, work with the historical areas, yes, next. Lightings and the graffitis, yes. Collaboration with, this is Bertie from Indonesia, work with the Chinese students there. Okay, with the graffitis and lighting units. Next, please. And fashion shows also happens, occur in the areas, yes. Next. Yes, next. Next. Yes, next. Next. Okay. Right. Okay, a kind of the small conclusion with the models that we try to capture how the different factors work together. Okay, and next become a research methodologies and the partials of the collaborations models. Next, please. Yes. Okay, we scientists don't know how to do that. Yeah, the use thing of the environmental problems were biodiversities, lost ecosystem collapse, and the climate change. I thought that with the 30 years of good science, we could address those problems, but it's what wrong. Sorry, this is from the Professor Gus Spett. Yeah, the top environmental problem are selfishness, greed, and apathies. I think that the spiritual and cultural tools may be one of the important tools, yeah, according to the quote of the professors. Yeah. Okay. Next, yes. Thank you very much. Still, yeah, or maybe a short 2 minutes of the videos, yeah, that I have done, yeah, during the project that we collaborate with the Ministry of Higher Education in Thailand. Yes, please. Okay. Okay. Maybe sharing on the screens. That's
ไปเก็บข้อมูลรักษาเนี่ยก็อาจจะช้าเกินไปในอีกปี2 ปีข้างหน้าก็อาจจะไม่มีผู้สืบทอดก็เป็นไปได้ก็อยากจะมุ่งไปที่ศิลปะท้องถิ่นของชุมชนที่อาจจะขาดแคลนสนับสนุนให้พัฒนานะคะเราก็พัฒนากันไปกับประสานให้ทางมหาวิทยาลัยที่มีความชำนาญในเรื่องต่างๆเนี่ยก็เผอิญคุ้นเคยกับท่านอธิการบดีมหาวิทยาลัยศิลปากรแล้วก็กับอาจารย์ศิลปากรบางท่านได้เจาะตัวคณะ
This is a project that I'm a research director in collaboration with the funding of the Higher Ministry of Higher Education. So we work with the 2 case study in this case of the Yasothon. This is Yasothon, which is have yeah, you can hear the sounds. Yeah, that is from the northeastern of Thailand. Yeah.
ทีนี้เท่าที่เป็นเห็นอาจารย์ทำงานที่ยโสธรเนี่ยสิ่งที่ไม่ง่ายเลยนะคะมันต้องพลักเข้ากันได้ปลั๊กชอบไม่พอที่เสียบปลั๊กก็ต้องดีด้วยก็คิดว่าบางทีเราอาจจะหาประสบการณ์อย่างนี้ได้ไม่เยอะ
Different lifestyles, architectures, and environments that we found. We need to do a research to collaborate with them. And all craftsmanships.
ที่ว่าเรื่องถูกหลักที่เรื่องยโสธรกับเรื่องนราธิวาส
and the products, existing product, and still work with the communities. Aging societies, old people still working on this. That we find the villagers find the sources in the nearby forest.
มากๆเลยนะครับแล้วก็การที่เรามีพวกภูมิปัญญาเข้ามาเกี่ยวข้องกับการ
This is a workshop that we work with the villagers, the craftsmen, and the young generation in collaboration with the community college.
เขามาเรียนแบบนี้เขาก็ได้ตัวนี้ไปเขาจะไปดัดแปลงเขาก็จะขายไปในรา
So
คา
they
ที่
speak
เก่าๆสิ
dialects.
เนี่ย
They
วัน
speak
นี้อา
dialect
จาร
from
ย์
the
มา
northeastern.
อาจารย์ก็ช่วยบอกว่าแผ่นสารเนี่ยเอาไปทำยังไงให้มัน
งานชิ้นนี้ผลิตภัณฑ์ชิ้นนี้มองเป็น
เพราะว่าใส่ปลาสอย
They develop from the fish traps
เพราะว่าจัง
in
หวัด
their
น้ำ
wisdom and then turn into another products.
ในห่วยในขุดห้องครับก็เอาอาหารไทยธรรมดาเนี่ยแหละหัวอาหารหรือเป็นน้ำเป็นหยังเป็นกระใสตัวนี้ครับนี่คือตุ่มปลาซอย
แล้วเหยไปพอดีนะครับส่วนการมัดการผูกเนี่ยมันสามารถสร้าง
I
จุด
think
ต่า
that
งๆได้เพราะถ้าเราเอามาประสาน
bamboo
กันเนี่ย
are
มันจะ
widely
สา
used
มารถ
in
สร้างมิติให้กับตัว
Thailand,
งานได้
Indonesia, China, Japan. Yeah. So this is still existing. Yeah. This is Narathiwat in southern of Thailand. Yeah. I think near to border of
ซึ่งในนรา
Malaysia.
ธิวาส
Yes.
เนี่ยก็มีผู้นำชุมชนที่มีประสบการณ์สูงนะคะอย่างเช่นตะกร้าเนี่ยเป็นกิจกรรมของมนุษย์ที่แพร่หลายกว้างขวางที่สุดตั้งแต่ยุคก่อนประวัติศาสตร์แต่ถ้าเราดูดีๆเนี่ย
ornaments
เทคนิคพื้นฐานของการจักสานตะกร้า หรืออื่นๆเนี่ยยังเหมือนเดิมนะคะจากอดีตถึงปัจจุบัน
They have the
การสาน
original
เส้นต่างๆ
patterns
อะไร
from the
บน
past
หิน
times.
จะค่อยไปค่อยมา
Yes.
มันเหมือนกันพื้นฐานเนี่ยมันไม่เปลี่ยนเด็ก
Yes.
รักษา
All right. So that is overall of the research. Yeah. And I think you can continue and do more further discussion later. Right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
So thank you, Professor Feramas, for sharing your beautiful and valuable local wisdom, especially to the art and craft objects. Okay. Who will be giving us a presentation on the title of Parametric Design Inspiration Derived from Batik Motif Concepts in Artworks Within an Environmental Context. Okay, allow me to explain a little bit about Professor Legino. She's an accomplished, and she got her PhD from Royal Melbourne Institute of Technology, Australia. And I think, Professor Legino, please, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. And good. Okay. Good morning and Assalamualaikum to all ARCADESA 2024 participants, distinguished guests, academicians, art practitioners from ISI Yogyakarta and others. Ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor to stand before you today. My sharing for this keynote will explore a unique intersection of tradition, technology, and environmental awareness. So the focus is on merging traditional batik motif with a parametric design concept in artwork that respond to environmental concerns. So batik is not just a textile art. It is a cultural symbol that represents the identity of Malaysian and Indonesia. Through this artistic research, we strive to keep this tradition alive while adopting modern design technologies that promote sustainability and respond to the changing environmental landscape. actually partly derived from my recent artistic research endeavor within the context of the art industry and creativity. So let's share through the objective of this project. So the focus is on the fusion of the tradition and technology, where the goal is to merge batik motif with parametric design principle, a modern approach that allowed us to create adaptive and responsive design. So within the environment context, in order for art to be relevant, it should encompass the challenge of our time. As a result, this work integrate environmental factor into the design process towards sustainability, and by prioritizing the use of eco-friendly material and minimizing waste, the production process is also respond to both cultural heritage and environment. So why it's important to consider the cultural significance of batik in Malaysia and Indonesia within the context. So as we know that batik is a craft passed down through generation, a symbol of local identity and social hierarchy. Yeah, its motif carry a deep meaning. For example, floral pattern represent fertility and beauty, and of course, geometric shape reflect harmony and spiritual connection. This cultural wealth is something we seek to preserve through contemporary reinterpretation. Even as the world changes, batik remains relevant because its ability to adapt and evolve with time. So today we were finding ways to honor this tradition while embracing modern technology and material. So towards on parametric design, in contrast, we bring together a modern approach to the conservation actually. So it's about we try to adapt, creating design that are responsive to environmental factors like light, temperature, and also airflow. This technique enable us to produce unique form that have real-world application, especially in architecture and art. For example, parametric design allowed us to take traditional motifs such as the flowing line of batik from this project and reinterpreting to architectural structure that are environmentally efficient. So these traditional art with modern technology create something both beautiful and functional. So for the methodology, we have two phases. So we start with a conceptual framework and also visual research. So in the first phase, the conceptual framework was developed by examining the intersection of cultural heritage, sustainability, and also technological innovation. So we aim to reinterpret the batik motif using parametric design tool while keeping sustainability and also the forefront for the project. So in the conceptual framework, the phase involved the exploration of the traditional batik motif and then how it might be interpreted to modern parametric design principle, while we have to ensure that the material and process remain within the eco-friendly towards environment. So during the visual research, I conducted extensive visual research through a field visit, especially to the east coast of Malaysia, instead such as in Kelantan and Terengganu, where we known as a batik traditional craftsman production. So I observed the batik maker in their workshop, documenting and to understand how it's developed and creating the pattern and motif to the block. And then, and of course, this hands-on help to build a foundation for adapting this design into a parametric framework while honoring the original form. So for the phase 2, the studio-based research and also a material exploration is developed in phase 2, yeah, where I start towards work together in the studio, which through the studio-based approach, where this phase focus on experimentation with pattern, with shape, and also how I try to adapt the parametric design principle with emphasis on sustainability. And I also cooperate with senior artists and also work together with art enterprise in Subang High Tech Industrial Area in Subang Jaya, Selangor. So therefore, the creating artwork was begin with various formation and involved with intricate design and then further adapted into parametric form, flowing, allowing, and also share how the surface and also the pattern. So this process reflect harmonious blend of traditional and modern technique, and of course share the unique visually and also the uniqueness of this character. So in terms of the application in artwork, okay, the interpretive and design process involve experimenting with different shape and form, ensuring the fusion of traditional and parametric element while maintaining sustainability goal. The artwork produced will reflect with this blend where the shape inspired from the natural order of batik motif. And of course, next, the result shows how the use of this material and selected of material like brass, aluminum, and also others as supported material, epoxy, and also paint to serve indication and also to share the contrast element and synergy between cultural heritage and also the expression of modern character. It shows the powerful and also the proper and also the character of sustainable and impactful for the future. So let me conclude for this sharing, for this keynote. So this project is actually demonstrate that by merging batik motif with parametric design, we can create artwork that is culturally relevant and friendly with environment concern. So it's promote both heritage presentation and sustainability and contribute towards the broader field of contemporary art. So with that, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. So what do you think? Okay. Thank you. So please have a seat. So last but not least, our speaker now is Dr. Suwado Wisetrotomo. So Dr. Wisetrotomo provide us into current state of the research, and his presentation title is Art and Activism, Artists in the Midst of Social, Environmental, and Cultural Crisis. A little bit about Dr. Wisetrotomo. artists such as Avani, Vincent van Gogh, and Raden Saleh. He completed his art education at the Faculty of Visual Arts and Design, ISI Yogyakarta, and Universitas Gadjah Mada, Yogyakarta. And now, Dr. Suwani Wisatotono is currently the Deputy Director of Academic Affairs at ISI's postgraduate program and recently received the Lifetime Achievement Award from Taman Budaya Yogyakarta and the Yogyakarta Cultural Office. So, Dr. Wisatotono, please, your time is now. Thank you.
Thank you, Mbak Alfi. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for Komite ARCADESA. I want to thank Prof. Yusaku Imamura. Thank you to Professor Ferawat Siri Mawas, and thank you Prof. Raffiah Legino for the excellent and inspiring presentation. Arigato, kunka, and thank you. I have my PowerPoint, maybe this power words maybe, presentation in English, but let me deliver my keynote in Indonesian. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam, selamat pagi menjelang siang untuk para tamu. Seni dan aktivisme, seniman dan desainer di tengah krisis sosial, lingkungan, dan budaya. Krisis sosial, lingkungan, dan budaya bukan lagi menjadi isu, tetapi merupakan realitas yang mencemaskan. Dalam fenomena makro, mewujud menjadi krisis etika, moralitas, radikalisme, intoleransi, dan menolak keragaman. Krisis iklim ditandai oleh situasi ekstrim seperti curah hujan, banjir bandang, tanah longsor, dingin yang membeku, kemarau panjang, panas yang membakar, tanah mengering, dan vegetasi yang terus berkurang. Krisis budaya ditandai oleh pergeseran tata ruang politik, sosial kemasyarakatan, runtuhnya kepakaran, dan maraknya kebohongan, keculasan, serta terkikisnya nilai-nilai kearifan lokal. Situasi semacam ini memerlukan penanganan ekstra meliputi kebijakan politik, ekonomi, pendidikan, dan partisipasi sosial masyarakat di segala ruang, lini, serta profesi. Salah satunya adalah partisipasi seniman dan desainer melalui karya-karya seni rupa, kriya, dan desain. Karena di tengah situasi ekstrim, seniman, desainer tidak cukup berkutat di wilayah estetik, artistik yang esoterik, apalagi sekadar untuk kepentingan ekonomi semata. Institusi pendidikan seni tidak dapat tinggal diam, harus berpartisipasi secara aktif, konkret, membangun jejaring untuk melakukan kolaborasi adaptif, inovatif, agar mampu menjadi bagian dari solusi. Baik, saya akan mengawali dengan bagian pertama. Seni, kriya, dan desain dalam ragam pemikiran dan praktiknya memiliki potensi difungsikan sebagai media penggerak partisipasi masyarakat untuk merespon sejumlah persoalan sosial, politik, ekonomi, dan kebudayaan. Beragam praktek seni dan desain membuka peluang menggerakkan partisipasi di berbagai kalangan masyarakat. Model-model seni dan desain partisipatoris oleh individu maupun komunitas memiliki daya menggerakkan orang lain untuk menjadi bagian dari peristiwa untuk perbaikan dan perubahan. Isu aktual dan kontekstual terkait pertama, krisis sosial, misalnya munculnya polarisasi ekstrim di tengah masyarakat akibat praktek politik salah satunya. Kemudian yang kedua, krisis lingkungan yang tadi sudah saya sebutkan dalam pengantar. Kemudian yang ketiga, krisis budaya dapat dilihat dalam bentuk krisis nilai moral, etika, adab, dan sejenisnya dalam praktek kehidupan sehari-hari. Mengamati aspek-aspek semacam itu penting memahami praktek seni dan desain melalui proses kerja riset, kerja kolektif, kolaborasi, termasuk lintas disiplin. Pada dasarnya praktek seni dan desain memberikan ruang bermain, ruang untuk membangun wujud yang diandaikan sebagai rekayasa membentuk struktur yang harmoni. Ruang bermain mewadahi watak dasar manusia sebagai homo ludens, sebagai makhluk pemain yang memainkan permainan. Wisinger berpendapat bahwa bermain merupakan gejala alamiah yang menjiwai kebudayaan. Saudara-saudara sekalian, bermain dan permainan merupakan salah satu media untuk mensimulasikan kehidupan. Ada permainan, ada kenyataan. Dalam kaitan ini, maka seni dan desain perlu lebih didayagunakan sebagai media aktivisme untuk menggerakkan banyak pihak agar melakukan perubahan demi kehidupan bersama yang lebih baik. Perspektif dan sikap kritis menjadi kunci. Partisipatoris dan emansipatoris menjadi model pendekatan seperti yang dipersoalkan oleh Adorno dan Horkheimer, bahwa seni telah kehilangan kekuatan emansipatorisnya. Bagi kedua pemikir kritis ini, Adorno dan Horkheimer, seni tidak hanya soal kepuasan artistik, tetapi juga bersikap kritis terhadap realitas. Tulisan presentasi ini bertolak dari pengamatan dari dekat terhadap 3 karya atau peristiwa seni dan desain. Yang pertama adalah Panen Apa Hari Ini oleh Anang Sabtoto, kemudian Ibu atau Imah Budaya Cegondewa oleh Tesna Sajaya, dan Festival Kebudayaan Yogyakarta yang diselenggarakan oleh pemerintah daerah istimewa Yogyakarta melalui Dinas Kebudayaan. Bagian ketiga tentang hasil pengamatan ini. Panen Apa Hari Ini digunakan sebagai contoh bagaimana contoh kasus bagaimana seni menjadi bagian dari solusi krisis sosial. Bermula dari dampak proyek negara pembangunan Bandara Internasional Yogyakarta International Airport di sekitar pesisir pantai selatan wilayah Kabupaten Kulon Progo, terjadi gejolak petani yang kehilangan lahan pertaniannya. Disusul kemudian pandemi COVID-19 sejak 2019 hingga 2022 yang menimbulkan krisis berkepanjangan. Para petani yang masih bisa mengolah tanah kehilangan pelanggan dan karena tidak dapat mendistribusikan ke konsumen tetap. Kondisi ini menggugah Anang Sabtoto, seniman fotografer aktif di kolektif fotografi MES 56 Yogyakarta, berinisiatif membantu para petani menyalurkan hasil panen ke rumah tangga. Anang Sabtoto membuat poster-poster iklan digital, kemudian disebar ke kolega-koleganya, menawarkan hasil panen dan ia antar langsung sampai ke rumah. Dalam pandangan saya, sebuah gerakan filantropi kemanusiaan yang menyentuh. Poster-poster didesain dengan jenaka. Poster jenis pertama merupakan gabungan sosok separuh badan dan wajah hingga pinggang disambung dengan foto-foto hasil pertanian. Itu artinya produsen, itu artinya petani. Itu Anang Sabtoto dengan salah seorang petani di Kulon Progo. Next slide, ya. Kemudian poster yang kedua menunjukkan sosok pengguna, bagian atas produk pertanian, kemudian di bagian bawah adalah bagian tubuh bagian bawah, itu menunjukkan pelanggan. Jadi membedakan dua jenis poster itu. Kemudian poster jenis ketiga merupakan iklan produk yang menggunakan nama-nama unik pada setiap produk berikut harganya. Contoh nama-nama unik itu misalnya bawang merah lubang tambang semakin parah, bawang putih hatiku bersih, singkong ketan mbok yang toleran, tomat buruan tobat, dan seterusnya dan sebagainya. Poster-poster itu menggelitik menggoda dan mengganggu, tapi kemudian membuat para pihak gembira, petani gembira, pelanggan gembira, Anang Sabtoto dapat cuan. Itu saya kira yang menarik dari eksperimen ini. Yang kedua, imah budaya atau Ibu Cikundewah atau Cikundewah Cultural Center merupakan contoh kasus model praktek seni sebagai bagian dari solusi krisis lingkungan dan budaya. Terhadap proyek ini saya kira Profesor Dwi Marianto sangat paham karena promotor Tesna dan kemudian terlibat banyak dengan proyek Ibu Cikundewah ini. Tesna Sanjaya berkarya seni dengan perspektif multidimensional. Sepetak tanah di tepi kali Cikundewah ia gunakan untuk eksperimen praktek seni lingkungan. 10 menit lagi. Dan aktivitas sosial untuk membuang sampah dan seterusnya. Proyek ini menghasilkan kesadaran warga untuk memelihara lingkungan untuk difungsikan secara maksimal. Yang ketiga adalah Festival Kebudayaan Yogyakarta. Slide-slide tentang Cikundewah bisa ditunjukkan. Ujung dari proyek Cikundewah adalah menarik. Tesna bekerjasama dengan Profesor Wenton PhD dari Fakultas Teknologi Industri untuk membuat kincir digerakkan oleh air yang menyuling air sampai di level tertinggi langsung bisa diminum. Luar biasa proyek seni itu karena bermanfaat sungguh bagi lingkungan. Yang ketiga, Festival Kebudayaan Yogyakarta. Contoh kasus bagaimana festival menjadi bagian dari solusi atas krisis budaya. Nilai-nilai budaya yang dimaksud adalah seluruh aktivitas individu, warga, komunitas dalam berbagai bentuk keterampilan, upacara adat, dan seterusnya. Festival Kebudayaan Yogyakarta menjadi ruang untuk merayakan pencapaian setiap individu, komunitas, kelompok, atau masyarakat dalam bingkai kerja kebudayaan. Para partisipan dan masyarakat belajar bersama untuk memahami makna budaya berikut praktek-prakteknya dalam kehidupan keseharian. Bagian 4, diskusi dari hasil pengamatan ini. Saudara sekalian, seni dan aktivisme berwatak ideologis. Seniman memulai dengan pengamatan mendalam, kemudian menentukan arah kerja keseniannya, yakni memihak, membela, dan menggerakkan. Seniman berada di tengah persoalan, berada di tengah masyarakat. Risiko yang segera harus disadari memilih metode semacam ini adalah anonimitas, yakni leburnya individu dalam kelompok atau komunitas. Tidak bisa serta-merta seseorang mengklaim bahwa suatu karya, proyek seni, atau peristiwa seni atas nama dirinya, tetapi merupakan karya bersama. Seniman yang memilih aktivisme dalam pemikiran dan praktek seninya berada dalam kesadaran untuk bersentuhan atau beririsan dengan isu-isu kritis terkait sosial masyarakat, politik, lingkungan, dan kebudayaan. Institusi pendidikan seni atau pendidikan tinggi seni bahkan selayaknya keluar meninggalkan ide-ide normatif dan usang, apalagi tidak peka terhadap realitas krisis di sekitarnya. Krisis sosial, lingkungan, dan budaya sudah selayaknya menjadi perhatian institusi pendidikan seni untuk menumbuhkan kesadaran kritis terhadap realitas sehari-hari. Caranya tentu melalui percakapan dan himbauan, memulai dengan hal paling dasar, yaitu melihat dan mengevaluasi kurikulum, mengoreksi dan menyuarakan kepada masyarakat, segera merumuskan mata kuliah yang relevan dengan isu-isu kritis, misalnya mata kuliah religiusitas seni, desain, dan masyarakat, seni, desain, dan kearifan lokal, ketukangan, dan desain vernakular, seni, desain, dan konservasi, restorasi lingkungan, dan sejenisnya, serumpun atau lintas rumpun. Diperlukan perluasan dan intensitas membangun jejaring internasional untuk melihat perkembangan pemikiran, penciptaan seni, dan desain yang ditempuh melalui kerjasama riset. Mendesak untuk lebih sering institusi pendidikan menyelenggarakan kolaborasi adaptif yang bertumpu pada inovasi. Institusi pendidikan seni penting kembali menengok kearifan, keterampilan, dan nilai-nilai masyarakat desa. Desa penting dijadikan fokus perhatian karena kemandirian dalam segala aspek tumbuh, hidup, dan berkembang di desa. Ujungnya, peserta didik bidang seni rupa, kriya, dan desain terlatih memiliki kemampuan sebagai problem solver, bukan seseorang yang terjerat pada komplikator, pada penghambat pemecah masalah. Praktek seni yang dikatakan Anang, Tesna Sanjaya, Festival Kebudayaan Yogyakarta adalah satu kasus yang pantas ditengok kembali secara seksama. Terakhir, bagian kesimpulan. Praktek seni dan desain dalam kerangka aktivisme berpeluang menjadi jawaban sekaligus solusi atas berbagai krisis. Dalam konteks percakapan ini adalah krisis sosial, lingkungan, dan budaya. Praktek seni semacam ini berada dalam kerangka aktivitas partisipatoris sekaligus emansipatoris. Krisis sosial, lingkungan, dan budaya mendesak direspon oleh siapa saja. Seniman, seni rupa, kriya, desainer hadir sebagai pelopor untuk melakukan kerja seni secara kolaboratif dan menjadi bagian dari solusi. Institusi pendidikan seni selayaknya melakukan reorientasi melalui evaluasi kritis atas kurikulum, meletakkan visi yang seterang-terangnya dengan menambah atau mengganti dengan berbagai mata kuliah yang mampu memicu kesadaran kritis peserta didik sebagai bagian dari solusi kritis. Hadirin sekalian, Ibu Bapak, para peserta simposium, demikian presentasi saya. Terima kasih atas perhatiannya. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you. Okay, I think it could be approximately three questions. Yeah, but of course, first of all, let me express my gratitude for the time and effort to all of you, the presenters today, for sharing your experience, of course, and your knowledge to all of us here. Okay. Participants, does anyone have a questions? We have 3 chances for the participants, 3 questions, a chance to raise a questions. Please. Yes, please. Okay. To Professor Burhan, he's a former rector of ISI Yogyakarta.
Okay, thank you for our presenters, but I want to ask especially for Professor Imamura. Yeah, okay. I'm interested with your explanation, statement, and especially for your questions about the principle, how can we deconstruct modernism? Yeah, but I want to more explanations. Yeah, how can biodiversity to implementations not only in many works of art, but can to transformations or makes public policy, for public policy, yeah, real public policy, transformations for works, some works of art, for environmental crisis. Yeah, thank you.
Do you want to like directly answer, or maybe we can have another question first? Or? Oh yes, please do. Thank you.
Yes, I'm talking about the modernism is not completely like forgetting about the modernism. Like a modernism, like I know, maybe stop the thinking about our fundamental way, or like our like obsession. But for example, contemporary art and traditional art and crafts and design and art. I observe the craft is very important practice of our human being. So, but crafts sometimes like detach from the society and became kind of very prestigious things, and that we need to be more connected with more like as our contemporary practice. But like these days, like contemporary art is a definition, or like a modern art defined by maybe more on Western context. So we separated more like a big separation in between crafts and actually the contemporary art. But actually myself, I don't think so. Like a very important commitment, as my observation, like craft, as actually I showed you the several projects, like working with craft artists and craftsmen, and working with the soil, is very fundamental approach to intimate our environment. But also we used to work and make our own product by ourselves, not asking someone to make it, or like a buying or like a consuming. So then maybe, maybe my approach to demodernism is maybe we need to restart again to making our own necessity, like through our participatory kind of activities, not just earning money somewhere and consuming or buying. More maybe we need to commit ourselves more producing for ourselves, even like a food, product, more need to be participatory. Maybe as like Suharno-san said, like a more like a emancipatory kind of things. This is very important, I think, approach. Now, I think just like I'm talking about today is just a little bit of like a mindset, or like maybe the change or perspective.
Is that enough, Prof. Burhan? The answers? Okay. Another question, please. Yes, please, Dr. Irina, the Dean of Architecture Department from Malioboro University, Bandung.
Good afternoon, all. I appreciate all the presentation and give me inspiration, because I'm a lecturer too, of course, and like Ajahn, what we are interested in, preserving the craft to elevate well-being of the community. But I think our biggest problem now is the young generation, because it seems like our generation is still love and appreciate the crafts, and we are afraid that it's going to extinct in I don't know how many years. So my question is for all of you, because you come from many countries, how do you expand the product? I mean, I'm talking new generation, young generation, in two sides. One is the doers, which is we usually take our students to and teach them to re-love the craftsmanship, right? And also the consumer, which is also the young generation now. How can they appreciate the craftsman that is already been so hard? We use so many times to elevate the products to can cater the new generation. But it has to work two ways, right? We teach our students to love, but we also have to teach the other generation to like, so they want to buy that crafts. If it doesn't come in full circle, it only works in one way, not in the second, only half of the circle will work. So that is maybe my question. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I think our biggest problem nowadays in Indonesia. So I think I would like to give the first turn to answer the question to Professor Magino, since you're talking about it. So please, thank you.
Thank you for the question. So this issue is actually not only in Indonesia, but it's actually globally, spread and increase in terms of how we have to preserve and sustain our tradition, especially in our own heritage. Because sometimes the modernization and technology, it's helped in certain way, but it in order to make it, we not be able to make sure what happened in the future, because changes and transformation is always we are always looking forward for change, yeah, and we have to adapt, and at the same time we still have to look after our own tradition and heritage. So the concern is we have whatever we have been the support from the top to bottom need to be make a priority towards sustainability. That's my concern.
Professor Philip, please.
I think this is a big question. Yeah, certainly the young generations. I think that is maybe similar to many countries. Nowadays, a new technology, I would say, is even the AIs, or the digital gadgets or tools become main tools for new generations. You can see that the student can design drawing or making animations quickly. According to our generation, is maybe totally different. However, I will say that the education platform is try to, for example, for the bachelors, we at Singapore University, we're still focusing on the training student in bachelor to learn, to master, to learn to use their skill, hand skill, drawings, ceramics, textiles, sculpture, whatever that they can practice. However, we cannot avoid the new technologies, which is printings, 3D printings, animations, AI, whatever that come across, even the academic ways, writing and articles. Now the AI is involved. How we can be identified, and in between, based on the education platform, I think it's time to it's an opportunity to bring students to work together. So that is certainly we also learned from the pandemic era that we all have an online meeting, online teaching, sending work via online. We also work with the Tokyo Keidai during the pandemic with all online workshop with the students. It's weird, but we did, and now we try to appreciate or bring students to work manually or face-to-face, on site. Thank you to many our network or friends that we come across. Come to Bangkok, come to Indonesia, go to Vietnam, go to China, Japan, wherever that we can. Certainly is involved with the budget project or whatever. But
But I think nowadays, not just only the digital networking or connection, social media, we so-called, but we try to create the platform that people come to make it on the website and work together, even using their skill, hand skill, that's what soft skill, and then later we inevitable that the young generations can be transformed into another technologies, but that maybe the combination between. We're also working on it. Yeah, I think. Yeah. Okay. I think there are challenges for our generations with the new generations too.
Yeah, but I think I'm also curious. So, is there any like government support, like Thailand's government support for those activities? The government support.
Well, maybe it's support through the educational systems. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe this is the art educations institutions is dealing with. Yeah. So depend on some, for example, like ceramics, or some of the high craftsman techniques. Yeah. The number of the students declines. Yeah. But the digital media animations is increasing. Depends on the country, but I think maybe similar. Yeah. The studio, maybe we have a lot of studio, but now the workshop studio becomes empty. Yeah, the student, they need just a few laptops and they can work wherever they want. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. But we still want to have on this one. Please.
Terima kasih Mbak Alfi. Dr. Elena, pertanyaan Anda bagi saya sungguh perkara besar ya, big problem. Ketika sudah menyentuh apa yang disebut sebagai generasi muda, problem kita bisa sehari-hari melihat realitas di sekitar kita, misalnya, Dokter, keterampilan pebatik, keterampilan pandai besi, keterampilan alat-alat pertanian, keterampilan anyaman yang nyaris tidak, keluhan mereka nyaris tidak ada penerusnya. Kalau kita datang ke mereka selalu itu keluhan pertama, nggak ada yang nerusin, kayak gitu. Nah, dalam konteks Indonesia sebetulnya yang saya gelisahkan adalah apakah perguruan, apakah institusi pendidikan seni, apalagi pendidikan tinggi seni, merumuskan dan menyusun persoalan ini untuk menjawabnya. Bagi saya itu sangat, menurut saya melalui pendidikan adalah jawaban. Investasi panjang sih pasti, tetapi mau dengan cara apa lagi? Itu yang pertama. Tentu ada cara lain, apa yang dijelaskan oleh Profesor Ferawat tentang peran government. Supporting government tentu penting, tetapi tanpa diiringi oleh peran strategis institusi pendidikan seni, apalagi pendidikan tinggi seni yang saya sebut sebagai kolaborasi adaptif, saya kira itu akan semakin kehilangan tokoh-tokoh seperti yang kita temukan di masyarakat. Salah satu contoh sebenarnya satu cara shortcut adalah misalnya tokoh-tokoh itu menjadi bagian dari pengajar-pengajar tamu yang tidak sekali dua kali diundang, tapi mereka terus dihadirkan. Yang diundang merasa dihargai, yang mengundang mendapatkan menyerap banyak ilmu. Saya punya eksperimen menarik begini, Dokternya. Misalnya mahasiswa yang mengambil tesis, misalnya kita dorong misalnya menulis tesis tentang pandai besi di pasar tradisional, keliling mereka. Karena ada pengetahuan yang tidak terbagi, ada pengetahuan tersembunyi, ya gitu. Jadi kapan besi dari mana, jenis yang mana melahirkan atau menghasilkan sabit yang bagus, itu pengetahuan tersembunyi. Anak-anaknya ke kota tentu saja tidak tertarik dengan pekerjaan. Itu saya kira ilustrasi saya terhadap pertanyaan Anda yang sangat penting. Terima kasih. Saya kembali ke Mbak Alfi.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Suwarno. So basically, Dr. Suwarno said that the biggest problem is about regeneration because we already lack of young generation as part of regenerations. Young generation, they don't want to be cross people or something like that. So there is, the education is one of the key, and what we can do, and based on his own experience, is invited the expert cross people, like the master of cross people, as a guest lecturer. Yeah, because that's really give like symbolism, methodism, benefit for both students and the practitioner as well. So kind of like that. Okay, but I think we still have time to Professor answer to the questions because the question is for all the presenters. Yeah.
I can't answer the question. I need to ask also the same thing. And I'm always asking why we can't change the value because of we're all university faculties. So university value in a university, also decide higher education, but also like all the primary school, junior high school, they're coming to university. So then maybe we decide the value. So we teach you too much information and knowledge, but why don't we provide the experience? So I'm always talking to the graduate student when I come as a new student. I don't teach. So I give you the experience. So I'm making you environment. It's also related to my talk, is that I'm giving you a soil. So I take care of the soil. So, but we're too much focusing on the flower, like final result, achievement, nice work, these things. But, education, we need to take care of the soil. And then also the experience is more important than information and knowledge. Actually, most intimate tool for us, for the kids, this one, right? That's why they're a very close relationship. So, but also that I'm thinking about the relationship is kind of like just static like way of the expression. I think we need to work on connectivity. We need to connect the people to soil, people to touch, tactile things, connect to the earth. We're very much detached. So they're not just like a simply relationship. So then I think, actually I have same question, and also I committed to the alternative school activities in Japan, and then we're focusing on experiencing, not the information, not only the knowledge, and also the connectivities, and also the sharing. This is very important, the way you're thinking. That's why, demodernism is not my understanding, not the superficial idea. We're too much obsessed about result-oriented. That's why we always do evaluation. Do we need evaluation? I don't think so. So we just provide the soil. Automatically, seed grows, right? To make us sprout. And year later, it's going to be fantastic flower. I think the way, we're too much like modernistic way, like too much focusing on the flower, I think.
Applause, please. Okay. So I could be your student, next student, Professor would we? Okay, will you accept me as your students? Okay, because I like that experience is more important than the achievement. I can agree about it. Okay, I don't think we have more time, right? I think, sorry? One more question? Okay, please.
Thank you very much. Thank you to all the presenters for the very, very nice presentation. Well, I want to ask to Professor Imamura, the seed you already put on the soil, co-learning partnership. Is there any, you can share to us about the prospect of this so that we can have Asia partnership in education, especially in this art and design. I think it's very challenging for and very a good prospect for us. And maybe if you can share your what already you have done last year and year before, maybe we can make the very good unity about Asia, art and design in Asia. I think many parties would be joined to those units. Thank you.
It's very simple, the politics really affect us, like in between China and Japan, because of the politics. We have not much, interactions, even arts and culture. Also, COVID-19 also accelerate less exchange, and also in Korea, and we don't know much about it. And then also in Southeast Asia, we don't know much about it. So then I started, when I just appointed as a professor, okay, let's go Asia, let's go to Southeast Asia together with the student and also the faculty. That's how I started. And the first place is I went to Bangkok, to visited also my friends, and they kindly support us. The working together with the student, faculty, not only students, we discuss about what is needed, what is, what can make environment. So we continues it. And then, because of the sad story, of course, there are so many, even for us, like, for Japanese, as kind of colonization, invasion, amazing bad story. And also, this is also separated us to deeply discuss about within us. So I think we need to more knowing each other, amazing wisdoms here in Asia, Southeast Asia. But all the discourses coming from West, why do we need to depend on? So, but we need to, focusing on our cultural heritage, our way of thinking. For example, our attitude. Our attitude is not important in Europe, like Western philosophy. Attitudes is, for me, one of the most important things for a human being, how to approach to the things, how to approach to the people, how to approach to the earth, how to approach to the world. But why attitude is not so important? Ideology or identity is more important than that attitude? I don't think so. But we always underestimated our philosophy, our thoughts. So that's why we need to know each other, we need to talk each other, we need to learn each other, and also the cultural diversity within Asia is so rich. And also visual arts, performing arts, craft. I'm sorry, in Western categories, it's really separated. But for us in Asia, performative things or visual art things or even a craft, it's not so obviously separated. And for the art universities in Europe, they don't have a craft department. because craft is like underneath like high art. Is it correct? I don't think so. So then, we don't need to follow this kind of the discipline, I think. So then we need to have like more our own initiative, our own ideas. So, but before, we make soil, that means we need to exchange, we need to be together, not only just connecting by Zoom, but we need to travel and we need to be together with faculty and also the student, but also not only in academic. We need to be in civil society, we need to work with ordinary people. This is very important. We need to share not the superficial story. We need the very small narratives within individuals, within a human being. These kind of things, I think that we need this kind of learning education. That's why I started to thinking about, okay, let's have a learning environment. Let's make a learning environment together within Asia. I think this is very important.
Okay, thank you. So, thank you. Unfortunately, the question and answer session is over, but I'm really hoping, do we still? Really? Okay, that is really, okay. One question, and please be short and briefly. Short and brief.
Okay, the question for my dear friend Dr. Farhat, and maybe also from Indonesia. Why Asian people always think small if talk about bamboo? Yes. Why? Because very different. Why we Asian people always think small about bamboo? Because bamboo, they only use a tiny skinny from bamboo, not the whole bamboo. Because bamboo is exactly not a wood. In Indonesia, we misunderstanding about bamboo. They think bamboo is a wood. So when we decide that bamboo is a poor wood, so cheaply. So, but bamboo is a giant grass. They can grow maximum 18 meters and harvesting every 4 years. And we have in Indonesia, especially, we have so many species of bamboo. We have different from Tokyo. They have many bamboo. The bamboo is one by one like electrical. In Indonesia, we have simple bamboo. That bamboo is like growing together. That hard to harvest them. So when the Western people learn about bamboo, they can make a giant arch from a whole bamboo. This span the 18 meters, so we can see the big hosting, big roots, especially from Mexico people. They use bamboo like iron, because bamboo have a strength than iron, especially when they're burned. They still stand when they are actually burned, but still they will be burned when they have a fire.
So, so what is actually your question?
Why people ASEAN always think small when we're talking about bamboo?
Okay, so who's gonna answer that? Oh yeah, okay. First, Professor Bowman, and then Professor Bowman.
Maybe sharing, because as Professor Imamura said, maybe no absolute answers. But I think according to the material, for example, bamboo, which is widely expanded in Asia, China, Japan, and Southeast Asia.
Firstly, maybe the material itself is slightly different. I think in China or in Japan, the bamboo is very big, if I'm not wrong, right? In Southeast Asia, in Thailand, for example, bamboo is not that big. I mean, its proportions, yeah. And according to the study or the research or the history of the evidence itself, yeah. So people, they use the bamboo as a daily life materials, household products, yeah. A small housing unit or a part of the housing unit, and also the others, yeah, utensils, yeah. I think big or think small, that maybe it depends on the lifestyles from the past, and that maybe starting from the systems, yeah, and the way of the people they are using, yeah. And maybe after that, it depends on that how we continue or constructing this kind of the knowledge or wisdom into another ways, yeah. But according to the history, I think that in China, in Japan, they have more long history or evidence of using bamboo, yeah, as and the outcomes, yeah. So I think Professor Imarat can be shared, yeah.
Thank you. Okay, thank you very much. But always I'm asking question: do we need to be big? Do we need to be big? I don't think so. Amazing power of Asia is actually the weakness. Weakness is a power. How weak the architecture is or craft is, that's why we take care of the architecture, we take care of the craft. We need to maintain, right? You know, it's not iron, it's not a concrete, right? So then it decays. That's why we need to take care. We need to rebuild. That's like kind of taking care of the architecture is completely forgotten things. So, for example, like Ise Shrine, you know, in Japan, we rebuilt the 20 years because we know it's weak, right? It's decays within 20 years. We rebuild every 20 years, and also succeeding techniques of the craftsmen every 20 years. It's also passing, succeeding the technique to young generation. Even like a technique is disappear very soon. Yeah. That's why, like, we know weakness. Weakness is the power. We don't need to think about the, like, compare with like Western way or kind of like timeless, strong, you know, rigidness. We're flexible, we're weak. That's why we can find that very important aspect, taking care. Caring is very important. You know, even like making good craft result, if we don't take care, it just decay, right? But always like we need to take care. Caring, weakness is actually a very important philosophy, I think.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. I think this is it. Yeah. So considering as a session is over, but I think I personally hoping that all the presenters will be free to answer the question if they still have questions, maybe via email. Is that possible to do so? Okay, thank you. Once again, thank you so much for all the presenters for an enlightening and enriching presentation on this very special theme and special event. And please big applause to all the presenters. Thank you so much. Next I will give time to Master of the ceremony today. Thank you.
Thank you so much for Dr. Alfie. Thank you so much to all of the keynote speakers for such an inspiring discussion and presentation. It was very amazing. Thank you. Now we would like to invite Mr. Salahuddin, the Dean of Faculty Art and Design, and also we want to invite Mr. Dafri, to present the token of appreciations to our keynote speaker. Thank you. Mr. Speakers, may you please be seated first? There is still some information need to be delivered. Thank you. Okay, thank you so much. That concludes our morning session, and we will have our break for lunch and for the prayer soon. But before that, I have several information. The first one, for participants who submitted paper, it has been published, and our committee will send the link for the paper. And also, the afternoon session will resume at 1 p.m. at designated area. This room will be divided by 2, so for guests may choose different rooms. The total participant for each room is 50 persons. Before we proceed, let's capture this moment with a group photo. I kindly ask all participants to rise from the seat, and may the speaker stand in the front of the participant. So all participants may rise from the seat, and all the speakers may stand in front of the participants.
Kepada para tamu undangan, mohon berdiri untuk sesi foto bersama, dan kepada seluruh pembicara bisa berdiri di depan para tamu, di depan meja. Kepada Bapak Dekan juga bisa maju ke depan. Sekali lagi kepada seluruh tamu undangan bisa dimohon berdiri untuk sesi foto bersama. Bagi yang berdiri di belakang, para tamu undangan yang berdiri di belakang boleh maju ke depan, mendekat ke depan semua. Yang di belakang.
Kalau yang dari sini, dari atas kelihatan, dari bawah enggak? Dari bawah fokusnya di itu.
Okay, one. Is everyone ready? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Say cheese. Okay, one more time. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, another style.
Oh, change style, maybe a freestyle.
Freestyle.
And everyone, please say Jogja. 1, 2, 3. Jogja. One more.
1, 2, 3. Okay.
Okay, thank you everyone.
Good, terus di kamera yang begini.
Bagi para tamu undangan yang akan sholat Jumat, posisinya 150 meter dari sini ke arah barat, depan Hotel Rich Malioboro. Terima kasih.